Hello, Virgo. This is your reading for October 2025. Remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any reading is you. And we open the reading today with the Tree of Life Oracle. This is the path of judgment, fortitude, renewal, and truths revealed. I think it's going to be a very exciting month of October for you, Virgo. I'm Paul. This is Dove and Serpent Tarot. Let's deal the rest of the cards here. We're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. I like this idea of fortitude and renewal. It seems to be really a theme across all the readings lately, and it's this energy of strength and of confidence and independence. Here we have the Sun card. Wow, we've got the Queen of Pentacles already. That is one of your superpower cards. So I feel that this, like a lot of other people, a lot of other signs for October are really stepping into this kind of stepping into this independence. And here we have a Knight of Wands. We have a Princess of Swords. We have a Chariot card. This is a card of fortitude all by itself, right? We have that Sun card too, with this confidence, this renewal, kind of a rebirth energy for a lot of people here. 10 of Pentacles, a lot of abundance coming in as well. Hermit, your other superpower card. Well, that's kind of rare. We got to ring the bell again. I like it when both of the superpower cards show up, especially in your general energy. I think that this is really a good sign here for you. We have a 4 of Cups. We have a 7 of Pentacles and a Princess of Cups. To me, this is emotional renewal. Yeah. So I feel like there really is a lot of this kind of rebirth energy, a lot of kind of standing up and realizing what our goals are, what we want them to be, what we want our life to be, and making changes that are going to affect the long term. I feel like the things that you do right now, this month, Virgo, in October, are going to affect the rest of your life, maybe more so than usual. Yeah. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot, the factor infinite and unknown, and we're going to just set this down right over here with our little sea turtle friend right on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. Yeah. If at any moment during the message you feel like you know what it is, leave a comment. All right, tell me what you think that card will be. Let's look around the room here. We see 1, 2, 3 major arcana energies. We've got fire. We've got water, we've got good air, we've got good earth cards, even the 7 of Pentacles, right? It's in the position of what you don't want, okay? And so you're looking now, I think, this month to put your effort into things that are going to lead to progress. You're not trying to waste your energy this month, It's about an intentional direction of your resources, understanding where to put your time, effort, energy, money, and space, where it's going to be kind of the most useful, the most beneficial, and how it's going to help you to create your future life. That 10 of Pentacles is, this is everything you want in life. Yeah. But let's start with our Sun card. Joy, success, vitality. This is going to be a month of openness. It's going to be a month of freedom, confidence, illumination, truths revealed, right? And the renewal of the sun, right? The sun's daily cycle, that every morning we wake up and we're renewed, yeah? So I think a lot of self-care is going to be good for you this month, but also a lot of, recognizing the truth of things, not sugarcoating your life, not being very honest with yourself is going to be very helpful, okay? Allowing yourself to see the truth about things so that you can make the right judgments and determine where to put your resources, okay? This is this is a card of really shining, radiating your light out, clarity, joy, okay? I feel like with this Judgment card, fortitude, renewal, and truths revealed, right? I feel like it's really a step into the future. I feel like a new era is beginning for you. And I think October is going to be that month where we ask the questions, we ask the tough questions, we get the honest answers, and we make moves. And we stand up and we act and we don't hesitate. Okay? This sun is that, that sort of the recognition of ourselves, you know, the confidence, that way that we radiate our light out into the world. This is your true self. This is who you are and why you're here. Okay? So this is going to be a very important month for, again, sort of renewing your vitality, being able to make the right kind of changes in your life to build your strength, to build up your confidence, and also to shine a light on things that maybe we've been avoiding for a while, okay? To really get that kind of honest assessment of life and choose our directions, you know, wisely, yeah? Now, your next card is you, okay? The Queen of Discs or Pentacles, very nurturing, very resourceful, and it is your resourcefulness that's going to help you out this month. Understanding if you already have something, use it. If you don't have it, get it, right? Make it yourself. If you can't make it, buy it somewhere, ask somebody for it, but somehow you're getting those resources, okay? And I feel that you are, you have a lot of inner strength that's allowing you to support your decisions. So you're very independent already, I feel, okay? This is going to be a week for caring for yourself. The way that you are, I think, shifting your focus toward your physical health, mental health, emotional health, that's going to be very useful for you in the in this month and in months to come. Okay, I feel like this is also about you taking a kind of a deeper interest in your home life, your living situation. Okay, I feel like definitely it's a body awareness. Okay, I think that it's probably some kind of a physical health thing. It's maybe nutrition, it's intentional movement. I feel like you're focusing also on financial resources. The Queen of Pentacles also was very good at learning from the past, you know? So you're someone that can look at the trend of your life, the ups and downs and the twists and turns that you've been through. And you can gain like a wisdom from that. You can distill that into understanding and into wisdom that's going to help you in the future. Okay. And I think you have that ability. I think this is really a turning point for you, as it is, I think, for a lot of people right now. Through these readings, it seems a lot of people are having these kind of wake-up moments. It is a time for fortitude and renewal, of recognizing the truths about ourselves, about our lives, about our choices and where we're going, and having that strength to say, today's a new day, and I'm starting on the right path right now, you know. So I think this is a wonderful energy. And since it is your superpower card, and you have both of your superpower cards, and you have the Sun card, this is a very optimistic reading. The Sun kind of lends its light to every reading in a very positive way. So this is a lot of growth. It's a lot of, you know, deeper understanding. It's a lot of fortitude and renewal. Yeah, I think this is a very positive reading for you for October. I think October is going to be a very good month. Just looking at these cards, we don't see a lot of challenges, right? We see a lot of activity. We see a lot of growth. We see a lot of independence. Okay, I think it's going to be, you know, it's going to be work, of course, but I think it's going to be the right kind of work. Yeah. By the way, hit the like button if you haven't yet. It really helps push this reading out to people that need to find it. Okay. So down beneath the surface, we have this Knight of Wands. This is a fiery rush. This is a swiftness. This is a momentum, right? And I think that this is kind of like, this is what your heart wants, because it's down here under the surface. This is your emotional core right now. Just wants to leap into action. I think the time of like sitting around and waiting, no, that's over. This is a month of taking the initiative. This is the month of really leaping into action. And it's a month of beginning things. Okay, this is like, you know, you wake up in the morning, and that's when you've got all of your energy. That's when you want your cortisol to spike, right? It's in the morning when you're up and you're at it and you're getting things done. And of course, by the end of the day, it sort of tapers and you start getting kind of tired and you're ready for bed, ready for the renewal again, you know. And so we have this idea of cycles for you as well. And I think that you're moving into a cycle, Virgo, in October of a lot of leaping into action, a lot of new activities, probably going to be a busy month for you, you know. And I think that it's important for you to recognize that getting started on things right now is the important thing. Don't worry about how you're going to finish them. Don't worry about like what's going to happen later on down the road. Just know that the things you're beginning now are going to take on a life of their own. They're going to evolve and grow. Some of them will fall away and fade away. Others will become core activities or habits or routines or relationships, okay? So I think that this is a month of a lot of new beginnings. Yeah, especially with this Knight of Wands, sort of not hesitating, not thinking too much, but just going forward, just doing it, okay? The horse and the rider need to become one unit, and we have to trust ourselves, and we have to be able to leap into action without the pause, without trying to think about it too much. We don't see a lot of air in your reading today. We see a little bit back here. This is last month's energy, right? So we don't see a lot of thought. We see a lot of feeling. And we see a lot of action, because I think you can learn from the past. And learning from the past allows you to trust your instinct right now in the present. Strike fast, you know, and sort of worry about the rest of it later. It's kind of, you know, October for you, Virgo, seems like a month of action. And we'll figure out how to do the rest of it later. Does that make sense? Because this is an energy it's a burst. It's a burst of energy. And sometimes it can fizzle out. Sometimes it can be sustained. And I think right now it's not a matter of you trying to know that ahead of time. I think it's just a matter of let's start things. If you feel it, start it, try it, leap into it, jump into it, and see where it goes. It doesn't have to be a permanent thing. Yeah. So I think for this month, try to look at it that way, that whether this is about relationships or projects or creative works or whatever it might be, start a lot of things. You don't have to finish all of them. It's okay if you don't. It's probably better if you don't, right? You will find as you go forward which things you really want to commit to and which things were meant to just be a flash in the pan, temporary, and then they fade away. Okay? But we have to act. Because if we don't, then I think there's obviously no progress can be made, right? So in last month's energy, we have a Princess of Swords. I feel like last month was really about the intellectual investigations. You know, this is a curious mind. This is a lot of ideas. This was learning. This was questioning. This was clear thinking. This was you, I think, maybe researching and dabbling in things intellectually, going down rabbit holes, asking the questions. Yeah. And so I feel like this month now is kind of becoming, let's take action on those things. This is a lot of learning. I think this is a lot of like, you know, we're sort of sitting there taking the instruction. Maybe this was school. Maybe this was like you sat through some lectures. Maybe this is you watched some YouTube videos. That's last month. This month, action. This month, like forging ahead, trying all these different things. You learned about 1,000 subjects. Go experiment with those now. You know, so this is kind of I think a natural progression from last month, and this is this is the curious energy, and it needs to become behavior. These are all those great ideas. You know, these are all the wonders that we sort of think about, and all the things that we kind of want to do. And what if I did that? What if I did that? Now's the time for you to go and try that. Because what you have is your superpower Queen of Pentacles with the ability to say, okay, I'm curious about, whatever subject. You're curious about, astronomy. Okay, so you go do some astronomy. And then you're able to reflect and think, now, is that for me? Or is that something that it's okay if it sort of fades away and I don't really return to it, you know? And that's okay if it is. You're kind of learning about yourself. And I think that you're understanding what you're made of. And you're figuring out who you are and why you're here. So I think this previous month's energy, this is, again, some kind of unfinished business, really, because it feels like a lot of curiosity, a lot of investigation, and a lot of, asking questions. This month now is time for those actions. It's time to put some of that into practice. Okay. With the Chariot card up here, this is what's on your mind. And what's on your mind, I think, is progress. Looking to drive ahead. Looking to, to continue going forward. This is a card of fortification. This is a card, of discipline. This is a card of determination, willpower, And I think that what's on your mind now is, like I said, the need to, how do I go forward? How do I make progress with something? Whether this is your work, if you're at home, at school, it doesn't really matter. Wanting to make progress. Consciously, you're thinking, how do I get this chariot moving? How do I move toward what? Well, toward the Ten of Pentacles, right? Toward your best life. How do I get things going? Well, we see how. First, you take all of the knowledge from the past that you have, and you start leaping into things. You take the initiative and you start doing things, and you'll find something that really lights the fire. And that sustained fire then is going to push you forward toward your best life. Yeah. So I think that this chariot, this is what you're focusing on, hoping for, and it's progress. Steady progress, it's triumph, it's the win. Okay, you're looking for movement. Yeah. Now, in the future position, or this is the energy that's kind of going into next month, this is your best life. And you'll have to excuse my voice. I'm still kind of sick dealing with a chest thing. Anyway, this is wealth. For some of you, yes, this is going to be what you're looking for is how can I make money, right? And if that's what this is, well, you have a lot of ideas. Last month, you made a list of 1,000 things that you can make money doing. So this month, let's jump into some of those. And let's learn and let's say, hey, okay, that one didn't work so well. I'm not going to do that one anymore. This one, maybe that one over there is going to be great. Because what you're looking for is to make progress toward wealth. Okay? For some of you, this is going to be more about your home, your living situation. Maybe this is a listing of all the houses that are in your area. And then now, the Knight of Wands is going to go out actually and look at all those houses to see which one is like, that's the one I want. Okay, so you see how this is all us preparing to get closer and closer and closer to this beautiful, perfect, happy life. This is everything you want in life. This is long-term results, abundance, bigger picture. This is the future. This is who you are, where you are, and what you're doing down the road. This is everything you want in life. Okay? And this is kind of like, this is at the end of the month, going into next month, and probably the month after that. This is what we're pursuing. And every time we get a little bit closer to that, we're learning something about our path. So with this fortitude renewal and the truth revealed, what truth are you looking at from last month that you're either going to say, I'm not going to pursue that, or that's one that I am going to, I'm going to get in my car, I'm going to go try that one out and see if it brings me closer to my goal. I think for a lot of you, this is the financial goals. This is literally a card of wealth, okay? I think that there is going to be a lot of progress made this month, only if you take action, though. Does that make sense? Only if you take action. Okay, because the Queen of Pentacles looking at the past, it's a turning point. We have to go from the past to the future. We have to take what we've learned about everything we've ever tried. Let's say you've had a lot of jobs. You've learned a lot from each of those jobs. You've learned about yourself. Okay, and so now we have to go and we have to leap into other things until we find the thing that is absolutely right for us. And this doesn't have to be money. This could be, again, it could be family. It could be your living situation. This could be a lot of different things. But this is everything that you want in life. And I think by the end of the month, you're going to have started a few things that you know for sure are leading you closer to that ultimate best life. This is your paradise. This is your Emerald City, right? This is your Big Rock Candy Mountain. By the end of the month, you're going to know which things you want to continue, which things you're going to hold on to, right? It seems like this month is a quantity. And out of that quantity, you're going to discard a few things, and what you're going to be left with is quality. And those quality things, by the end of the month, you're going to know that they're bringing you closer to what you really, truly want. Yeah. By the way, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, all right? Your Hermit energy here is your general energy. This is your overall vibe, your attitude. It's wise. Somebody that knows what they're doing in life. You know, you've been through it. And I think that when you take steps forward, they're intentional steps. This is maybe even a little bit of solitude. Okay, because I feel like it's really, it's important that you focus on your goals right now. And you don't let yourself get distracted by too many other things. This is the cloak of invisibility. It's saying I'm cutting down on the noise. I'm not listening to the opinions of everybody else around me. I'm listening to what's in here and what's in here, you know. And I feel like this is you following that road. You know, this is you sort of lighting your own path forward. Yeah. And I think for a lot of you, there is a vibe of, well, like I said, solitude, but a vibe of introspection, a vibe of introversion even this month, okay? It's not really, it doesn't feel like a big social kind of time for you. It feels like you're kind of hunkering down, you're thinking, what do I got to do to push the ball downfield? What do I have to do to get the Chariot one more yard or meter, down the road? Yeah. And to do that, I think you're trying to trust that inner guidance, that voice within you, rather than listening to too many other opinions. Because you listen to everybody else's advice, right? And you're going to be pulled in all these different directions, and it's going to be kind of like, that's just a waste of time, you know? Not always. Maybe that's a little harsh, but I feel that because you have both of your superpower cards here today and that Sun card, I feel like you know that you will figure the answers out. You will figure out your path without having to explore too many other roads that other people say, hey, have you ever thought about doing that? And then you'll go and you'll do that, and you'll just think, I should have known better. That was not for me. Okay? So you have to kind of trust yourself a little bit and be able to kind of be discerning. Yeah. So that you don't spend a lot of time, effort, energy, money, or space on things that you know are not really going to work for you. Okay? Now, in the environment, you have a Four of Cups. To me, feels like it's a little bit of an emotional, well, maybe like an emotional isolation too. I kind of feel that you're not focused too much on your personal relationships. Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of withdrawal here. Yeah, I feel that you're playing it safe with a lot of relationships in your life. And this could become a little bit of coldness, Okay? It could be just kind of taking a time out from socializing. Yeah. This could be that we don't want to get distracted by love. We don't want to get distracted by our emotions and our feelings, and so this kind of feels like we're being a little bit guarded emotionally. And I wonder if this is the month really where you just sort of protect your heart and you focus on the progress that you need to make. This is also a card of luxury. Okay, so I feel that it's kind of the card's way of saying don't convince yourself that you're happy or content where you are. Okay, so I feel like there is this inner need with the Knight of Wands to leap forward into new things. This is the card that's kind of saying, like, we don't need to do that. We're fine the way we are. Everything's fine how it is. I don't need to have goals. I don't need to try to make progress in my life. Okay? And so this can become kind of a comfort zone. Yeah. This can become kind of a safe harbor or a storm cellar, right? Where it's just, I don't want to go out and do those things. I mean, I want to, but I'm more comfortable here. This is some inertia. Okay. I think for those of you that are interested in love and romance, I feel as if it's possible for you this month, but I think that you kind of have to let your guard down a little bit. You have, like I said, you've got both of your superpower cards, but now we've got that Four of Cups. I feel like you'd have to open up a little bit more, and you'd have to be willing to take some risks. Yeah. Otherwise, I feel that you wouldn't really be. It doesn't feel that you're currently open to those connections. Yeah, but it's still possible if you do want that. It's just a matter of, kind of opening up a little bit, being a little bit vulnerable, and letting people get a little bit closer, if that's what you want. Okay, if you're interested in that. But stay tuned for the extended reading, too, because we'll do a couple of money clarifiers and we'll do some love clarifiers in the extended reading. All right. The Seven of Pentacles is obviously in the position of your fear. And that's failure, fear of failure, right? And that's kind of, again, why the Four of Cups is here, too, because this is like safety. If I don't go out in the world and try anything, then I won't risk failure. So it makes sense that these two cards are right there next to each other. Because then, we can kind of say, well, it's safe and comfortable. I'm just totally fine where I'm at. Is that really true? Or is that just because we don't want to risk kind of losing or trying something that doesn't work or getting a disappointment or a setback? Okay? So what you're what you're worried about, I think, is that your motivation is going to dip a little bit. Okay, so this month, like I said, you're looking for, your heart wants to leap into things because you want to experience the win, the triumph, the progress toward your perfect life, whether this is financial or even romantic, or family life, right? Your home situation, whatever it is, your perfect life. But there is still a little bit of apprehension because we know that if we do that, if we leap into something and it's going to be great and then it doesn't pan out, well, then we're experiencing that kind of disappointment, that kind of setback. Okay, so we're looking for results. And I think that by the end of the month, you're going to see the results of whatever this effort is that you're putting into your life right now. You're going to see results. It may not happen until toward the end of the month. So what do you do with the rest of the, 29, 30 days of October? I guess it's 31 days, right? So the other 30 days of October. Well, you deal with the discipline that's required to kind of wait for the progress. So that's another kind of message of our Knight of Wands here. The Knight's going to leap into something. But what happens if you leap into something day one, no results, no rewards, no fruit? Are you just going to quit and go back into the storm shelter and say, I shouldn't have gone outside? Okay. No, I feel that you're going to say, okay, you know what? It may take longer than a day for something to really start showing its progress. So I feel like this month you got to give things a little bit of time. Whether it's romance, career, your creative projects, your spiritual work, it doesn't matter what this is. What matters is that you have this desire to leap into something. Make sure you know what to expect if you do leap into something. New projects, new jobs, careers, new side hustles, creative works, new relationships, whatever you jump into, know what to expect, okay? It's going to take a little bit of time for you to really see the benefits of it. As you're leaping into a new workout routine, you got to give it some time before you really start seeing results, before you see your muscles get bigger or whatever, And that's the message of the Seven of Pentacles here. And I think it's a good message. I think it's important that we prepare ourselves and we know what to expect. Jumping into something, we know, it's going to take some time. This is that Saturn in Taurus energy. It's going to require some discipline. It's going to require some hard work to really cultivate something so that we can actually get that determination and say, yeah, this is something that's leading me closer to my goal or not. You can't judge something on day one, I guess. And that's where we have the Judgment card here too. The fortitude to give something enough time so that you can judge it as either being profitable or not, whether it's business or love or anything else. Yeah. And now your destiny card, long-term future destiny, what your bigger arc is. Okay? This is intuitive. This is creative beginnings. This is, a month where you're bringing a lot of your ideas into form and you're following your intuition. Your heart is speaking. And I think the bigger picture of your life is that you're learning how to more better, trust your intuition. You're trusting that heart. You're listening to the voice of your desires, and you're using your maturity, your resources, your fortitude, and your judgment about how to implement these desires, how to get these things that you want. And I think the Four of Cups, in a way, is kind of saying, I'm not letting myself desire anything. Sometimes that's what this card is about. I'm not letting myself want anything. I do want something, but I'm not letting myself want it. Or I'm not letting myself act on those wants and desires. But I think long term, you're going to realize that your desires are spoken from a really authentic place inside of you. And your judgment is allowing you to pick which desires are going to be fruitful, which desires to follow, and which ones not to. And I think this month is kind of like following a lot of those desires and then picking the ones that are actually quality and discarding the rest. And I think the result of that long term is that you're able to make a lot of progress, get the life you want, and experience the good things of life. Yeah. Let's take a look at our mystery card. It's time. I feel like this is going to be probably an Empress. I think it might even be, it could be a Wheel of Fortune. I think that would be quite nice. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments down below the video. Let's see. Well, we have a King of Swords. This is a fixed air energy. To me, this is wisdom and discernment. This is a very sharp mind that is now able to take all of these wonderful but maybe random ideas, just a list, just a brainstorm of ideas, and curiosities and things that maybe I want to do, able to take those and to really identify the ones that are worthwhile, to identify the ones that we want to stick with long term, that we know that we can see are leading us. This is the judgment. You have all this data, and you're making a judgment about which path you're going to pursue, which relationships you're going to really give more effort to, invest more time in them, what projects have a higher likelihood of paying off. You're going to give them more attention. I like that. Now, if you want to go even deeper, click on through to the extended reading. Just hit the join button below. In the extended, we'll cast an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. We'll clarify love and money. Maybe even a yes/no coin. I thank you. I love you. And I'll see you there.